Hello there, Archons, Champions, Super Friends, and anyone else who might be joining us today. This is Andrew Chasen, Incomitatum, with another development log for A Place to Be. Last video I did, I was showing off my white room. It's the big room that I'm cramming all the master assets I make so that I can go down to another world and put them together to make nice things quickly. I haven't done that yet, but soon. If you want to check out some of my other videos, you'll see prototype examples of what that can be. I'm going to do a couple more textures, roofing, shingles, siding, and we'll be making even more buildings. Let me show you what I have done though. First of all, today, the black room, or the white room, is black. It's dark. It's like dawn. I did a sand texture, and I wasn't going to do a glass texture until I did a sand texture. Kind of like Minecraft. I don't even know if resource gathering is going to be part of my game, but I know I needed to have sand. I added sand. I'll show you that here in a minute. So yeah, here are my glass texture prototypes. They're pitted, they're old, they're not meant to be new. The world of my game is not a high-tech one. And old glass with older techniques for refining it would actually melt like syrup over time. Years and years, but still. And so, yeah, a little dirty, a little worn. It has a normal map that changes how it reflects. Now let me show you what else I did. You can see this volume here where I have it raining. That's just to show that off because I didn't want that going across the whole world. But I bring up the glass because I'm using it here on this archway I made. Now it has some lighting artifacts. I'll need to actually model these posts in 3ds Max. For now they're in Pro Builder, just as prototypes. But the other thing I wanted to show you that I'm super proud of, again about a week late on because I wanted to do this earlier, is this rain texture. And you can see when it hits the ground, I have another particle spawn that has a 4 animation, or a 4-frame animation tied to it to create these little ripples. I really like that. And you can see that under here you're dry. And the ripples are hitting the top of the glass here. Now I need to scale this glass texture on the archway down just a little bit. It's too streaky. But I'm liking it overall. Let's just take this in a minute. Now I'm going to go around and show you the particles I did from my last white room video because I find them to be a little more dramatic in the dark. So here are my fireflies. This pillar here is dedicated to the clouds, which I did change the texture on, so I find them to be doing quite well now. If you saw my video with the deconstruction wisps, I brought them here. And this makes another nice screensaver to watch too. And the blue or the green balls do have a light attached to them. You'll see that when they get real close to the ground, they do light it up. That light affects the cloud particles, the dust clouds. I need to tweak those a little bit better. Dust clouds are also affected by the blue light coming off the lightning bolt. There are 4 or 5 particles in this chain. Similarly, strange cousins of are these rockets, is what they're called in what I'm calling them. You'll see when they go up and down, they even pierce the cloud layer and color it a little bit. Serendipity. Beautiful. Let's jump down here. I got embers. Those will be made smaller in time. I showed you all this before, but I wanted to show you again. Here is the column that represents my glass master texture. I need to change the shader to where it reflects better, but it's looking okay for now. And I didn't want it to be 100% smooth. I wanted it to be a little streaky and old and slightly pitted. And here's my sand texture. Again, this is a macro texture. You're meant to be standing on it, so yeah, as you get around the side here, you'll see that it's got quite a high resolution. This is actually the second time I've done this video because it didn't encode right the first time, and the quality was junk. A couple more things I want to show you. I added a light here in the barn to see how it would deal with. In fact, this light here that you're seeing on the outside is coming from the column of lava. See, way over there. On the inside, and because I needed to test what was going on with ground planes and shadows, I added this light. In time, I'll make it an actual lantern. I like the ambience of this place. It feels cozy. Listening to the rain in the strange barn. One last thing I want to show you, and actually the main reason I redid this video, in addition to the fact that it didn't encode properly the first time, and this structure here is like a bare bones version of the one next to it. It just doesn't have the walls. But yeah, here's my character expo. Here's some characters that I've made in the past. I've cut them out. You might have actually seen that I'm using this kind of lewd billboard of a character I like from an anime called So I've Been Reincarnated as a Slime, Malim. Well, since that worked so well, I decided to import these guys. Characters that I designed myself and hand drew, and you see even a mix of 2D and 3D in this world is looking all right. And Metatron here has some glowy bits, so he does actually have a emission texture. The backs are the same, but that's not what matters right now. Hey there, little guy. Here's my Darkling. He frumpy. Here's my friend Jot, Starla, and Metatron. Let's go back somewhere real nice. About here. So that's my demo for now. The White Room, presently this Dusk Room, is about me authoring these larger ideas so that I can put them together in another level together. Put them together. Yeah. Off to the right here, I'm going to have a garden of one of every tree I've made and one of every plant and flower, because the iterative prototyping of all of this is such that once I make one, I can paint 1,000 of them onto a giant terrain. The grasses and the flowers and whatnot are pretty simple to make. Ooh, that little firefly just taking off. He got somewhere to be. Thank you so much for being interested in this. I have a sponsor. Thank you to Computer Central. Thank you to my patron Humpy for making this possible. He believed in me and he knew that my tools were holding me back, and so he donated enough to help me get a new computer. Thank you. I'm eternally grateful. Other patrons: Nana Willadine, Richard Chasen, Hensel Scott, Joshua Owen. All of these are people who have given me time and tools and things that I need to keep going. Caleb Fox, thank you so much. Soon I'm going to have a proper patron card that I'll show at the end of my videos. I'm getting all set up again on this new computer. I'm naming it Tranquil. It means everything to me that I'm able to spend this sand in my hourglass making pretty things. If you'd like to support me, yeah, you can like and subscribe. You'll see the paypal.me link down in the description. Soon I'm going to have a playable alpha of my toy. I hesitate calling it a game. Let's watch this guy just go. It's fun when they just take off on their own. Woo, he's going. But if you don't want to just throw money at me, I totally get that. I have a legitimate means of getting you something for your coin. I have an artisanal art store where I sell art cards that I hand illustrate myself. And so if that seems like more like a fair trade, and you want me to send you some art, please consider giving there too. I'm going to keep working on a place to be and sharing these videos with you as often as I can. I hope that you find real joy in seeing the progress that I've made and that I want to keep making nice things. Thank you for your help. It gives me hope. And being hopeless is one of the worst feelings in the world, so breathe well, drink water, stay curious.